A pressing problem in Britain, Islamophobia. It is on the rise nationwide, with increasing reports of hate crimes against Muslims. Such attacks have made headlines over the past years, highlighting the need for urgent action. There have been widespread calls by religious leaders and rights groups for concrete measures to tackle the problem. But some high-profile British politicians are believed to have done just the opposite, fueling Islamophobia through inflammatory remarks. Former British Prime Minister David Cameron was among such politicians. He was repeatedly criticized for his remarks about Muslims, especially Muslim women. The phenomenon has once again come under the microscope following recent comments by former UK Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson. He caused uproar when he compared Muslim women wearing burkas or the niqab to, quote, letterboxes and bank robbers.
Whenever we see comments being made, such as the ones that we just heard the other day from Boris Johnson, attacks against Muslims increase by many fold. And these are something that's not something that I'm just making up. These are official figures from the police stats across the country, from London, from Midlands, and from Manchester and elsewhere.
The UK's equalities watchdog warns that Johnson's remarks were inflammatory and divisive. The Equality and Human Rights Commission said the former Foreign Secretary's comparison risks vilifying Muslim women.
Muslim scholars, campaigners, activists, particularly human rights and anti-racist activists, have to really own up to this problem. We don't live in a society which is plagued by odd acts of racism by some politicians and some people on the street, and some people get discriminated at work. We live in a society that's institutionally racist on many levels, including and particularly it is Islamophobic. And to deal with that, we really need to look at the root of the problem, the cultural issues that there are, the political issues that there are, the failure to act when these things have been exposed over and over again.
The UK Muslim community is taking the latest case very seriously. In a petition, over 300 Muslim scholars and community leaders are demanding a probe into Islamophobia within Britain's Conservative Party. They also want immediate disciplinary action against Johnson. Although senior Conservatives, including Prime Minister Theresa May, have condemned Johnson's language, the party is under fire for having failed to address increasing cases of anti-Muslim rhetoric among its members. According to the petition, some Conservative MPs are still openly supporting Johnson's, quote, xenophobic and discriminatory language.
That there is an Islamophobia problem in the Tory party in the United Kingdom. The fact that Boris Johnson is a Tory and therefore has made these comments about women in niqab being like letterboxes and bank robbers isn't necessarily causal. Islamophobia is endemic in the society we live in, and particularly in the upper echelons of the society that we live in, and that includes the political class across the board. So you will find these types of recalcitrant views in the Liberal Democrats, who've been many of their MPs over the years who've talked like this. You have it even within the Labour Party.
Meanwhile, the Muslim Council of Britain has highlighted 9 cases of alleged Islamophobia in the ruling party within 2 months, which it says need an immediate response by authorities. Some critics say the latest controversy is a reminder of an endemic problem in the UK's ruling Conservative Party and among other political parties. British leaders have long lectured other nations on religious tolerance, but have apparently neglected a deep-rooted problem at home.